Okay, so in this video I'm gonna show you how you're gonna find your private IP address of your Ubuntu server and yeah, start it. So what is public and private IP address? So if you're like using public IP address, so you need to connect it outside the network that we are using. So this is my home lab and we're gonna access it on our private IP address. So meaning it's not a we're not gonna port forward it to port 80 or port 3 or something like that. And I think port 22. I forgot it's what's the port number for SSH anyway. So leave it like that. And in order to find your private IP address, so if you like want to learn the SSH, so they introduced SSH like you need to tunnel it with private, so you need to secure it. They cannot just intercept your SSH or something like that. So you can probably like just access to the network in the same building and SSH it, and it's 192.168 or something like that. You can, it's not that hard. If you just plug in your thing and you can SSH somebody's entire network because you're on the list. You're not gonna check it anyway or something like that. If you know what I'm saying, anyways, if you're gonna go in the building, plug in your Wi-Fi, you're accessing their network, you can see who's who's connected on that. It's possible to do that too anyway. You know what, let's just so let's gonna so in order to get your private, you're gonna IP.A. So let me just explain this a little bit. So this is the IP address, this one. So ENPLS0, and you guys in it 192.168.118. That's the private. So if it starts on 192.168 or something like that, it's meaning it's a private IP address. And you know what, I'm gonna show it to you on my router anyway. So this is my router anyway. So this is all what's connected on it. So on router in general, you cannot see the public IP address of a device to your router. So let me correct me if I'm wrong anyway. So you cannot see what's the public IP address of that device. So your ISP will sign your device and you can see it, your public IP address on this device only. You need to access your router and get it, the data there. But if you're gonna see other device on their public address, you need to use a command anyway. So that's why you finding this video, and you need to find your public IP address or private IP address if you're gonna SSH or access your file outside the network and something like that. So you can easily do it pulling your router. You can get it on your in any kind of router, what's connected or like something like that. So on TP-Link router, this is the IP address is 192.168.018. So this is the one. So we know that this is it because there's another command line called hostname. I forgot it's the hostname.I, I guess. Hostname.I. Host name or something like that. I forgot the command anyway. So this you can easily see the name of an IP address, something like that. And yeah, so see in the next video anyway. So that's how you're gonna get your Ubuntu server private IP address. One more time, let's recap. Clear IP.A. So IP and A. Oh my god, I can't type. 192.168. This is the one that you need. And yeah, see you next video. You can access it on your router too, but you cannot find the public IP address. You need to open your TP-Link router. So this is a Ubuntu server. You can just access your router on here. So there's another command to get your public IP address. So you can find it on my channel anyway, or search it on Google. I just give you the brief exactly. So some tutorial don't show the router itself. And yeah, see you next video.